Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, dear students. I'm Mr. Muhammad Khalid, and you are learning Pakistan Studies. Today is the week 2, and the topic is topography of Pakistan, or the physical features of Pakistan. The students, in the previous discussion, we learned about the importance of Pakistan, geopolitical significance of Pakistan, and we came to know that Pakistan is situated in South Asia and is strategically very important country linked with oil producing countries through land and sea, and also is the door opens to the vast Central Asian states, and Pakistan is also a very important country in the neighborhood of China, Russia, India, and the mighty Indian Ocean. The students, learning of topography or the physical features are the basic, most important step for the students of the social studies in exploration of the country. Since we are taking Pakistan studies, so our subject matter is Pakistan studies. By learning the physiography of Pakistan, we'll have lots of valuable information about this country, the people, their resources, strategic location and position, issues, and much more. So let's begin with the first slide. What is the meaning of topography? The study of surface features of the land are called topographical features or the physiography. Pakistan is one of the most blessed countries in the world, which contains all types of land varieties, resources, environment, seasons, which make it one of the unique country in the world. So the topography of Pakistan is divided into 7 main regions. The first is northern and the northwestern mountains. Northern and northwestern mountains. So better look at this. This region, Gilgit-Baltistan, northern areas, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and Indian occupied Kashmir, the disputed territories, they actually make up this northern and the northwestern mountains. Clear? This region. It includes Karakoram, Himalayas, and the Hindu Kush mountain range. Students, they are the highest and the mightiest mountains in the world. And these mountain areas have the world's highest points from the sea level. Number one, the Mount Everest. It is in Nepal, but is linked with the same mighty Himalayas, and the second highest point in the world is K2 in the Karakoram mountain range. Well, second is the Western Mountains. The Western Mountains are situated in KPK, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and the Balochistan region. Fine. And they are included the Waziristan Hills, Suleiman Range, Kethar Range, Koh Safed Gorge, the White Mountain Range. Okay, so they are the two main important mountains in the Pakistan, but there are several other little mountain areas exist which are not quite high, but they do have the scenic beauty, resources, and other significance. And these areas exist like Kalarkar range, like when you travel on motorway to Lahore, there is Karana Bar range and the bank of the river Chenab. Fine. And then there are other range exist in different nook and corners of the country, but the mentioned mighty reasons are there. Balochistan Plateau. Plateau is called the highest, the low and high, average low and high mountain where the land is not proper, rather it is bumpy, undulated, there are cuts and rises. Fine. So this uneven land is called plateau. Fine. So there are two plateaus regions in Pakistan, and this land is mixed of mountain, sometimes desert, and or uneven peaks and all. Fine. So Potwar Plateau or the Balochistan Plateau is in the Balochistan, this area which is connected to Afghanistan border and the Iran border. They're called Balochistan Plateau. Whereas Balochistan Plateau is dry. Another plateau is called Potwar Plateau, clear? Potwar Plateau and Salt Range. This area Rawalpindi, Islamabad, Jhelum, Chakwal, Pind Dadan Khan. These areas are in the Potwar Plateau, and they are lush green mountains. There is vegetation, mineral resources, and these areas are also the abode or the earliest cradles of the human civilization, mean the oldest civilizations exist in these areas. So both these plateaus have the significance that the Balochistan Plateau is full of resources and minerals, but the season is dry. The people have to live hard life, but the Potwar Plateau is quite lush green and does have resources, but the range of resources or the volume of resources is not that as much in the Balochistan Plateau. Then in this plain, clear, plain are called leveled land where agriculture, residence, and transports are easily maintained and manageable. So the river Indus maintains a plains. They're called Indus plains would divide it upper and lower. The Punjab region is all part of the Indus plain, and the Sindh is also the part of the Indus river plains. They are very agricultured and quite developed regions from the others. And then the coastal areas. Coastal areas, they start from the opening of the Indian Ocean, Sindh border, and they continue till the borders of the Balochistan. Clear? So here we have two lucky provinces. Sindh and Balochistan are the lucky ones, have the open access to the sea and coastal areas, and these coastal areas make Sindh, especially Karachi, the capital of economic capital for Pakistan, and the second proposed one is Gwadar. It is going to be the future uh, economic capital for Pakistan. So, students, how many areas we can divide Pakistan? Northern and northwestern mountains, western mountains, Balochistan Plateau, Potwar Plateau and salt range, Indus Plain, desert areas, and the coastal areas. Should we next move? Now, we should learn about, further explore about the northern and the northwestern mountains. Include Karakoram, Great Himalayas, and the Hindu Kush. They are the three main highest mountains. These mountain ranges run from west to the east. Clear? From this direction to this direction, they run. Highest height change from 6,000 meters to 8,475 meters south to the north, respectively. Okay. Actually, these highest mountains gain height in these areas, from Indian occupied Kashmir, Great Himalayas, and Karakoram, they get high, and then from north side, their height goes reduce. Fine. These highest mountains have deep, narrow valleys. These highest mountains have the deep, narrow valleys. Now, first learn what is a valley. First, we should learn that what is a valley. Valley actually is a flat surface between the two mountains, that is called valley. Valley is actually the space available for people, animals, where they have the residence and they develop cities or colonies or village. They are called valleys. Well, the main valleys are Kagan, Baltistan, and Chitral. Deep valleys means that because the mountains are high and their the mountains are high and the space between the two mountain regions is quite short. Therefore, there was a deep and narrow valleys. Clear? Kagan, Baltistan, and Chitral. Although they are fine. So here we find Chitral. Kagan is on these spaces, and whereas Baltistan Gilgit-Baltistan, clear, Gilgit and Gilgit-Baltistan, this Skardu and Hunza and Stor and all the affiliated regions have snow-capped, sharp and steep-sided peaks like Naga Parbat, Tirchmeed and Ketu. Well, as we have already come to know that these mountain ranges are the highest in the world, but also they have not simply highest, but these mountains are standing like cones, I mean quite steep and sharp. For example, if you ever have a chance to travel from Gilgit to Khunjra Pass, and you find that there is a region that the mountains, the highest mountains, are standing like cones, fine touching the sky. These mountains are very challenging for the mountaineers to climb, and they are rather difficult and dangerous because of their uh, appearance and features. Glaciers. What is a glacier? Glacier is called snowfield or the highest bodies made up of the snow which falls from the mountains into the vacant place are called glaciers. The very famous one, Siachen Glacier, it is situated in Karakoram range at the borders where Chinese, Pakistan, and Indian borders meet. It is quite strategic, and there are always standing armies to look after the interest of their countries. Fine. So this is there is the Sechin Glacier, Baltoro, Batura. They are the huge glaciers uh, in these regions. Passes. Passes is called passages which are exist between the highest mountains alongside the mountain. Passage Darra. Darra is in local language, or in Urdu we say Darra. Darra means the language, or sorry, the passage between the mountains. Since these mountains are very high and there is quite little space available, so are these passes are very challenging, and all the roads which go through these passes. Fine. So for example, Khunjra Pass, the classic silk route from China into the central subcontinent, that was through these mountains, Khunjra Pass. And the modern uh, silk route developed by China and Pakistan, and similar the CPAC route, they pass through this historical and challenging Khujra Pass, Shandur and Lawari. Shandur is a highest place and is famous for the, say, for classic games, Chogan, or we say it, and Lawari is situated in the lower Dir, sorry, upper Dir. This is around 11,000 feet high mountain, and the Lawari top is one of the more challenging and slippery mountain regions. Well, so I'm sure that you have learned about the northern and the northwestern mountains. Students, move next. Drainage system of the northern mountains. What means by drainage system? Drainage system that when snow melts or the rain pours down on these mountains, they produce abundance of water. And you know this region of Karakoram, Himalayas, Pir Panjal, minor Himalayas, and all other regions which start even from the Central Asia and they stretch beyond Indian till territories, beyond till the Bangladesh region. All the great rivers flow from these regions, like the mighty Indus below was uh, born in a lake in China, Mansoor, then enters into the Indian occupied Kashmir, Ladakh region, from there Gilgit and Baltistan, and then reach down to Pakistan. And on the name of this region is very after Indian about the Indus River. Clear? This name is driven from the Indus River. Here, on the bank of this river, flourished the greatest civilization of the time. Clear? And similarly, in India, if you watch, then there are in Ganga and Jamunai River and Ganges or Jamunai River and the mighty river which flows into Bangladesh, Brahmaputra. They are all born from these mountain regions, and these regions are called the basket of water and food for this, not just Pakistan but also China and other regions also enjoy this. And you'll be amazed that one of the region uh, which is connected to the Wakhan, clear, they have also one of the highest and spectacular regions in the world. So these water channels are called rivers, including thousands of the streams which flow in all this region. So main rivers are Indus and the tributaries of Indus, like the Jhelum River, like the Chenab River, like the Ravi, like the Satluj, and one old river is called Beas. Fine, they are the uh, main rivers, and these land of rivers is called Punjab. Well, the western mountains, the northwestern mountains have two main rivers: the river Kabul, which borns which starts from Pakistan region and then travels into Afghanistan and flows back into Pakistan, and in Nowshera, KPK, it connects with the river Sindh, clear, fine, and the Sawat River. And there are some other rivers like Panchgoda rivers and many others. So this is the drainage system. Drainage mean the flow of water which happens in these regions. Should we move next? Next, economy and the people in northern and northwestern areas. Highest mountains, when they are all the time covered with snow. Snow melts, and these rivers become brimmed or filled with magnificent or lots of water. This water flows down and makes the tributary rivers and the main course Indus River, and all the irrigation is the result of this. These rivers bring fresh water, and also they bring the fertile uh, soil. These mountains are these mountains do have valuable minerals like gold, like the, say, emerald, precious stones, fruits, timber. Timber means the land, uh, wood, log. The precious wood which grows in the jungles is called timber and used for the artifice, for furniture, for the doors and windows of the houses. These mountain regions possess passes, as we have already discussed, which connects Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, and Tajikistan. uh, these regions constitute or make a natural uh, borderline between the Afghanistan, China. These regions also have some geographical and environmental uh, importance. You all understand that there is a system of winds which blows throughout this planet Earth. So the winds which blow from the Arabian Sea, they travel to the east and the northeast, and they struck against these highest mountains, and where they become cool, transform into waters, clear, or the snow, and then when they are filled with the cold, okay, they come down to the hot areas in the center of Pakistan and cause rains. Thereby, there is a very uh, heavy rainy season, monsoon, which has which is divided into two spells: the summer and the winter. The monsoon of the winter is normally short, but the summer is pretty extended, extends till 25 to 30 mean a month. These areas are quite attractive, beautiful, with mountains, valleys, natural beauty, flora and fauna, rivers, and much more. And people within the country and from abroad, they visit these areas like Gilgit, Hunza, Murray, Naran, Kumrat, and many other areas which are quite important. These mountains are not just the natural attraction, but the people here do type of uh, run different type of businesses. Like they provide the raw material for chemicals, furniture, paper. Means most their products are related to agriculture. Students, I'm sure that you have learned about the highest mountains of Pakistan, their features, main areas, people, and their economy, their economical significance, and their historical significance. Thank you very much.